You don't really want any of those things. You want something that's going to be very passive. You don't need to have any conflict. You want to have it just steady.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Yeah, and I think people say, well, but this passive income doesn't really exist. And I'm gonna give an example here. For example, uh, I remember that it was cash machines, right? That you were putting money into, and in order to take money out, it will charge you a fee, right? So who do you
Hmm.
think that these people that was putting that money, what they were getting? They were getting literally 100% passive income. They just were putting the money and they were just collecting the fee of the withdraft. So when Joey said that those deals, uh, you are not aware that exists because you are not in the cycle. These deals run around a cycle, so people don't understand this type of thing. But I can tell you for sure that there are a lot of vehicles out there that literally can create a passive income, and one could be even your own business. Because I remember even in my own business, they one day I arrived to the office and my manager told me, Harry, go home. We don't need you anymore. We can grow this business without you.
Mm.
So you can become obsolete in your own business. And this is when I think the talking about the cycle of possibility, people don't think that it's possible because they are not even entrepreneurs, because we are all used to do active work and receive that money. But that day when my employee told me, go home, we don't need you, and it was not just for a week, it was no was for a month. It was like kind of, she was even coming to my home once a month to tell me what she was doing with my business because she was better than me. She was saying, Harry, I'm gonna do this. I'm really, oh my God, you're better than what I was thinking. And I'm gonna this, and I'm gonna expand this, and I'm hiding these people. I'm like, wow. And I'm gonna pay them this, and you will see we're gonna grow. I'm so impressed. I was telling everybody, you won't believe my manager. She's amazing. That's the only thing that I could tell to people. And then I'm sitting at home, all this cash flow coming and coming and coming every month. And I'm like kind of uncomfortable. I'm thinking, wow, all this money is coming. I'm not doing anything. How is it possible? And that was the first time that I encountered 16 years ago. We think that is actually possible because it did happen to me. So I can tell you from my own experience that, but 100% what you say is very important. It took a lot of active work. It took 4 years of building that business and growing that business, and a lot of setback and a lot of failure. But wow, the payoff was big time. When after 4 years, I was literally at home with nothing to do and all this money coming in. It was amazing. I was not even, I couldn't believe it. So it's actually possible. To me, happened by accident. I faced financial freedom, and in that time, in that business, that vehicle, kind of by accident. And then you go to a mastermind and you like, wow, this thing really, really something. Are you guys doing this for real, intentionally, not by accident? And then you start to meet new people with new ideas, and it's amazing. So the power of the mastermind is, it has been priceless for me because I managed to meet more people that happened the same thing, because I was thinking that I was the only one until you don't meet. So when Joe, talking about, you were before as a mortgage, you were working as a mortgage broker before. One of the five wealthy entrepreneurs and investors that come to this podcast, they are property investors. So we already interviewed 500 millionaires, and one out of five that show to the broadcast, they are property. Why do you think is it really property a good vehicle to generate passive income? You coming from that industry, so that's why I'm asking you this question. or
Yeah.
it's not so good to be true? Tell us your view. Something is for sure. Property is a great vehicle to become a multimillionaire because 1 out of 5 people that get interviewed here, they are from that industry. Uh,
Yeah.
so, so is it really easy become a millionaire in property? If it's really easy, generate a passive income from property, or it's actually a vehicle like something else, or what are the risks involved, or what people need to understand in order to create financial freedom, coming investing in property?
So I would say the question should be less about what to invest in and more about what sort of investor you are, right?
Mhm.
So most people, they hear about somebody having success investing in something.
Hmm.
Maybe it's a piece of property. Maybe it's a short-term
Bitcoin,
rental or Airbnb,
Bitcoin, or
Bitcoin or
Bitcoin.
cars or, they invest in websites or, whatever. There's all these sort of things, e-commerce. And they think, oh, well, Harry's having a good success in having an Amazon business. Maybe I should do an Amazon business. But what we realized and what we developed is the investor DNA profile. It's your personality really has to match what you invest in. Because if you don't, you're just chasing the ROI. The chances are you're going to be left either one, not successful in that business and then lose all your appetite to invest anything else, or two, you have some success, but because it doesn't really line up with you, you get bored and you either sell too soon or you don't get the full benefit of it. And so what we've determined is, figure out what your investor DNA profile is, look at the various list of other things that you could invest in and see which ones of those line up with you. We have about 16 different passive income sources that we have in our matrix that when you take your personality profile with us, it matches up with those 16. It tells you, hey, if you're a driver personality, you're going to really like business. You're going to really like running a short-term rental business. You're going to really like running a land flipping business. Like there's all these things, owning laundromats. Those are things that as a high driver D personality, you're going to really like. But as an S personality, a steady, loyal, dependable kind of personality, you don't really want any of those things. You want something that's going to be very passive. You don't need to have any conflict. You want to have it just steady, and you're okay with a little bit lower returns because you just want it to be steady and reliable income, right? So you're going to be maybe more focused on like being in a debt fund or doing private lending, right? Or doing something that doesn't require a lot of like um, super, you don't have to be the center of attention, right? You can be in the
Hmm.
background.
Hmm.
So my point is figure out what your personality profile is and let it line up with what to invest in instead of chasing what everybody else is doing. Russ and I have invested in 21 plus different investment streams and vehicles, and those have created over 50,000 a month in income passively. But that doesn't mean
Wow.
that you should invest in the same things that we've done.
Hmm.
You should invest in the things that line up with you and go really hard and fast in that area, and you'll have much better success.
That's fantastic. Joy, somebody is in love with the conversation, want to learn more from you guys about your mastermind, about what you do. How can they find you? How this process work?
Yeah, go to wealthwithoutwallstreet.com / entrepreneurs. Wealthwithoutwallstreet.com / entrepreneurs. And on there, there's some free resources. There's actually a quiz that you can take to see how close are you to financial freedom.
Wow.
That's where a lot of people start. Once they get those
Mhm.
results, now they know what to do. And there's all my contact information on there. So love to connect with you if you go to wealthwithoutwallstreet.com / entrepreneurs.
That's fantastic, Joe. So, and for all of you following the broadcast, see you in our next episode of How Brave Entrepreneur like Joe break that wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.